Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel and get these types of swing trade ideas, you can see right here. This one we sold today on GDX, and there is so many others right here. You can see DIA still holding these calls. We got XLF that we got paid on that one as well. And we also have Nvidia calls 180, which went in the money today. We bought last week on Friday. So if you want these types of trade ideas, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And if you go for annual membership, you do get some money off there. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again. You guys can see still we have not got the new update here from 3/18/2026. Still, we got a lot of bearishness here in this market. 52% are bearish, 17.6 neutral, and 30.4% are bullish here in this market. Fear and greed index, I think at one point I saw it was at 20, but still we're in extreme fear. I think yesterday was at 14, and we never actually came out of this extreme fear. So I think market still has room for more upside. Now, you can see here Iran has no intention to hold talks with US. Foreign minister says Trump proposal to end war being reviewed. And I think, just like the tariff, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff, he said, she said, these, that, but at the end, these people, they know, Trump knows, and people that are in Middle East, especially all the leaders, they know that you cannot have this going on for a long time. There is a lot of pressure on Trump, a lot of pressure on these leaders to come up with something where everything just gonna go back to at least if not normal, where people can survive, and this is not gonna work. Now, what market did today, you can see Dow was up 0.66%, Nasdaq up 0.77%, S&P up 0.54%, Russell up 1.22%, advancing 61.3. So that shows that there was a lot of stock that were actually going up. We got 11 sectors here, and you can see on top basic materials, once again healthcare, consumer cyclical. I don't know how energy down here, but it was still not all the names on energy sector, they were down, but I mean, this is nothing. Market map, Amazon up, we got Nvidia up 2%, and that's where we took that profit. It was really nice. Microsoft, another new low today, bar to bar new low. Google flat, Meta flat, and everything else was pretty much green. On Dow is up 0.64%. Now let's just measure and see what sort of correction we got recently and how much the market went down. So look at this here. We got more than 10% last week on Friday, and since then we're just getting a relief rally. Now that does not mean that bottom is in and we're just gonna go back to all-time highs. You guys saw that video came out over the weekend on stock market face ripper, and yes, I know it wasn't that big of a rally, but also it wasn't that small. I mean, uh, from 453 rallied all the way up to even today 467. So it wasn't that bad. It was still a face ripper, but I would like to see a little bit more here on Dow and possibly on the other ETFs. So what is next? Well, market is still confused and market not trusting what Trump is saying. The war is going to end, blaming on Pete, and then sending more troops. I mean, it just mixed messages. And Iran is saying that there are no talks, we're not negotiating. Then there are talks. I mean, things are just all over the place. So market goes up, comes down. My market don't really know what to do here, right? But like I said, this cannot continue for too long. At some point, and you guys saw what happened Monday morning. Trump putting out that tweet and the market gapped up like 3%, right? That was the phase ripper I was talking about. But then we did not stay up 3%. We gave back a lot of those gains because immediately after that, Iran came out and they said there are no talks and basically Trump is lying, right? So we'll see if there is going to be some sort of a negotiation, something. And that is when I want you guys to be prepared for that face ripper rally. And I still think with fear and greed index sitting on extreme fear, there is still room for upside. So here on Dow, we did hold that 464 into closing. We got a doji type of candle that holds up. We can possibly run up to that 468 into that gap 470.63. That can happen tomorrow or Friday. If we give up that 464, we get some sort of a gap down. There will be support at 461, 458. Underneath that, you will see a flush all the way down to Friday's low, and that's not gonna be good for the bulls. If you're a bull, you need to see this low holds up no matter what happens next. Whether we go up from here, we come back down, this low has to hold. So keep an eye on that right here on Dow. On triple Q, it's up 0.66%, so doji type of candle. And if you look at my screen, barely got a close over 587, holding the 5-day moving average and holding over 584. So the low that we got on Friday is still intact. We did not, take out this low 578.54. As long as we're over that, I would expect more upside. Yesterday, look at that rally, or not yesterday, on Monday morning on that tweet, massive rally up to almost 595. So if that's something we take out here on Triple Q, I think you're going to see a move towards that 600 plus. To the downside, key zone that 587, 584, 581, lower Bollinger Band, and then we're taking out this low from Friday, 578.54. On IWM, it's up 1.22%. So this was a fantastic trade early morning. And this was a day trade. And you guys can see it here on 15-minute chart. Let me show you guys. This was the opening drive here on IWM. And we pretty much got into a short position. And then we saw that drop all the way down to, and these were 250 puts. So this was really nice. We took profit on it. And then it actually did fill the gap and came back up, producing this, candle here where it's got a longer wick on bottom and just a little bit of selling on top at 252. So if IWM can cross and get over 252 to 253, I would say, and why? Because of this 20-day moving average, then you're going to see a move towards that 255 to 258. If we cannot clear this 252, watch out for a move all the way down to 250, 247, and then 245. And if this thing takes out this low down here, then we might be going down to possibly this low, which is at 228. And this one also has a nice correction. I think it was about 10, 11%. So let's just have a look from the top to bottom. Yeah, about 11 and a half, 12% correction. So whenever you see something like that, usually you get, 10, 12% correction at some point every year. And these are dips to buy. I know there is a lot of things going on with, war and all the crisis, but trust me, guys, stock market does not care what's going on. There will be a correction, and it just needs that catalyst. And it just happened to be that war was the catalyst, and last year was the tariff, and before, it's always something, right? And now, if this low stays on, we do not breach under this low. I think this is a good dip buying opportunity on a lot of the stuff in the market. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.56%, but you can see rejection came on Monday here at 661.83. And today we got really close to it and then gave back all the gains and pretty much closing right over that 655. So that's going to be a key zone 655, 652. And if this thing does not hold here, we could be retesting 646 and maybe even taking out this low down here. To the upside, if we can take out Monday's high, watch out for 665, maybe into 671 to retest 20-day. And maybe we come all the way back up to retest this right here, this massive overhead supply here, where we spend a lot of the time here on S&P. On VIX is down 6%. So yes, it's down 6%, but it's not like it's down to 16 bucks. It's still at 25. And look at what happened Monday, guys. I mean, we came all the way down to 20, almost touching this trend line. And immediately, that was a kind of a surprise after the comments came out from Iran that there are no talks. This thing from 20 went back up to 26. And then this was a Tuesday. We went higher, almost 28, and today another. So what I would like to see here, this candle, we're trading inside. If we take out top of this candle, we're going higher. We take out bottom of this candle, then this trend line at some point will break. This thing will go under 20, and that is when you're going to see a massive move to the upside here in this market because we're at a point where market will at least Dow and IWM already had a 10% plus correction. So whenever you see that, that is a good opportunity. And if the market putting in some sort of a bottom and just waiting for that catalyst, you're going to see market flying again. And when you look at a lot of things out there, like fear mongering people just telling you not to buy and we're just gonna crash. I have seen so many videos over the weekend, and that's why I think I was the only possibly channel or maybe one or two more putting out a thumbnail with face ripper because everybody else just talking about how low it can go, and I have even seen people shorting SPY at 650. I mean, that is just insane. Yes, they made money. Don't get me wrong, but that's like a trade. You're asking for trouble. You're asking like I'm just gonna go and it's like a suicide bomb, and you're carrying it. If it does not explode, you're just gonna make money and you're just gonna be alive to enjoy it. But it's really bad when you're shorting into the hole. And I have seen a lot of people. I have seen people shorting, SNDK and stuff after it's down like $100, and it's still going for short. And even the market right now, if there is a rally and the market stays up for a day or two, guess what? There is gonna be a lot of short covering. So VIX here, guys, we're still at 25, holding here at the 5-day moving average. If we can hold, watch out for 28, 30. If it does not hold, we can come back down to 23, maybe even into 20s here on VIX. Now, you guys saw the gold trade, and this was a big rally. And I'm surprised that, you know, this thing made it up to 88. These calls were, I think, $90 calls that we had. We did fill this gap, and look at the rally. We gapped up, never came back, and it was really oversold. So I think I got only a few runners left and was 46, not 46. I think I got 50, about 50% on that position. Just holding how many days? Just a couple of days. And these are June calls, already paying 50%. So these trades are always available, but you gotta be serious. And if you're not serious, you're a part-time trader or just, window shopping, don't bother. Don't even bother, try to go and join because I'm looking for only serious people. And people that are not serious, I do not give a damn about those people anymore. People that are serious, if they don't even have money to join and they're serious, I will help. But if you're not serious and you have money, you want to spend money, you want to come and join, I don't need your money. That's simple as things can get. Dollar. Dollar was up once again today, and you can see dollar shoot up. And guess what? Dollar just inside this some sort of a flag pattern. So we'll see if this thing rises even more. If it does, there is going to be a lot of pressure on the S&P 500. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you're serious, go ahead and check out that link down in the description for Patreon. And there will be a lot of trade ideas coming out next month.